you need a duct tape, something, or air? See a duct tape outside a place. All right. Might have to get my sweater. Ooh.
You used to the hot.
Koldovsky.
I like the cold.
I bet you do. I don't have power. Next time.
Yeah, let's let them come in.
Are we live already?
Yeah. Just give it a couple minutes.
Okay. Good thing is, I don't have an iPad because my battery didn't have time to charge.
It's all right. I'll do all the
All right.
first officer stuff.
We're not doing ATC today, right? No. Who's flying? You flying?
You.
Me flying?
Yep. Check, check, check.
Is my phone also on it for
Yep.
the Brazilian?
Yep.
Pessoal do Brasil, bem-vindos aí ao UFLY Simulator. Acabei de chegar no Brasil ontem, já estou aqui trabalhando. Cheguei hoje de tarde. Tamo junto aí, pessoal. Vamos fazer um voozinho aqui no nosso simulador, quem estiver assistindo a gente. E nós estamos só eu e o Ryan aqui hoje, não estamos com o outro assistente, aliás, o Ryan costuma ficar lá atrás, estamos sem outro piloto aqui hoje. O Ryan vai tentar bater o escanteio e chutar para o gol ao mesmo tempo. Vamos fazer um voozinho de Vancouver para Seattle. Espero que vocês gostem. Vamos começar aqui já já. O Ryan, antes de mexer, hold on a second. Let's show them what we're doing.
Yeah,
Right?
just getting
Okay.
rid of the
Hold on. Everything is flashed. Everything is flashed. So, pessoal, eu vou falar um pouco em inglês agora, porque a gente tem também o pessoal assistindo a gente em inglês, mas eu volto a falar com vocês aí no Brasil. Guys, welcome to UFLY Simulator live stream on Fridays. Happy Fridays, as Ryan used to say. My voice is not 100% yet. I'm going to see a doctor. I might have a problem in my voice, and that's a big problem because I do like to talk. Let me turn the lights on here a little bit. Yeah, there'll be a big problem, man. But anyways, I've been dealing with this for the last 2 months. I'm a little worried. I already have a thyroid cancer about 17 years ago, and I almost lost my voice. Now it's coming back again to the voice, to the vocal cords. I'm going to see a doctor in 2 weeks' time. But I'm feeling. So excuse me if my voice is not 100% for you guys. But welcome to UFLY Simulator. We have prepared a nice flight for you guys. Vancouver to Seattle in U.S., our neighbors. I've been to Houston already today, my friend. But anyways, Ryan's going to be the FO. I'm going to be the captain today. I'm going to be the PF, pilot flying. Ryan's going to be the PM, pilot monitoring. So, and he's going to be doing also talk to you guys on the chat. So, Ryan, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so we're loaded up here at the gate in Vancouver. Pretty much we have the aircraft flush. So today we're actually going to go through all of our briefings and how we program our flight management computer here today. As usual, guys, we're live on every platform. So for those of you on TikTok, welcome. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere like that. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you wouldn't mind, share the stream to family and friends that would be interested in aviation. Or even if you just want to learn, maybe you don't know anything about aviation, you want to find out about it, if you're fear of flying, that kind of thing. Our website again, www.uflysimulator.ca. And if you want to give us a call, 416-777-2261. So as Claudio said, he's going to be flying the plane. I'll be doing the checklist, some of the switches here, and we'll try and explain everything. Obviously, I'm usually in the back, so I'm going to try my best to talk to you guys as much as I can. I don't know if I'll be able to read all the chat from YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, but I'll try and rotate. And then Claudio will try and talk to the Brazilian and Portuguese community, because I don't know how to read Portuguese or speak
Come on, you have to learn, my friend.
Oi, pessoal.
You see, he knows already. Oi, pessoal. So that's good. That's a good start.
Okay, so all right, guys. So we're gonna get started here. What we need to do is program the flight management computers, and then we'll go over the charts and the briefing, and I'll show you guys what the iPad looks like when we get there.
So the first thing that we have is the CDU, which is the central display unit on my side here. We have the position Ryan has on his ident. We are flying a 777 Boeing 777-200/LR long range. We are using the engines GE90 Our nav data is being updated lately, so we're good to August the 7th. And a version of a system is 2.5. Now, position is here. We have the reference airport, which is we are in Vancouver, CYVR, and we set as the airport reference. Then we are at gate 20. We just put gate 20.
It's okay. That won't work, but we have our.
Sometimes it doesn't work,
Yeah.
but we have a gate. We are gate 20, and I just saw position 20. Now, going to route, we are from Vancouver, and we are going to Seattle, which is
SEA. Sierra
S
Echo Alpha.
EA. And which runway are we using?
So 26 left is the active runway.
26 left.
And yeah, it's a pretty short flight. The air time is about 40 minutes. The total block time is about an hour, 10 minutes from gate to gate.
Okay.
So we'll keep it nice and short for you guys. The top of cruise today will only be 15,000, which you guys should get a good view of the mountains as we fly out of Vancouver.
True.
So that should be very good. And that's pretty much the main info here. We can go ahead and program the rest of the FMC. So we have the flight plan here. For those of you guys you want to see on the iPad, we basically go through and just put in. So for example, we need a reference airport, which we're going from, which is in our case Vancouver. We're going to be going to Seattle, which is our destination. And when you're flight planning, you always need to think of an alternate. So in this case, we have PDX. Now, PDX, I believe, it's either Phoenix or, we find out right now, Portland. It's actually Portland.
Portland.
So
okay.
Portland is going to be our alternate, not Phoenix. And that's in case we have an emergency and we need to divert somewhere. Like I said, our cruise altitude 15,000. You guys should get a good view. Our total block fuel today is going to be 12,000 kg. Pretty low because it's a short flight. We already have 24.2, so we actually don't need. We're going to leave the fuel today. And then we can go into the rest of the briefing here. So the only thing we really need is to calculate how much reserve we're going to have. And that's pretty simple here. I add up the numbers. So we have 2.5 plus 3.5, so that's 4.5. So let's go 6. And then the continuation fuel. So we'll have about 8 kg of reserve when we put that in.
Oh, it's good.
All right, so let's go into our departure here. So here at 26 left, as we see here, we have a bunch of SIDs, but in our case, because the flight is so small, I don't believe we're actually going to be flying a direct SID. So we're going direct to actually a waypoint, which is Roesch. Now, the one thing we could do is obviously look at our charts, which they come in handy. So let's look at our standard instrument departures here at Vancouver, and let's take a look. So, the main things that we're going to be looking at is pretty much our top of climb, but in our case, we're not flying with air traffic controller today. So, we'll still set the initial at 7,600 into our altitude.
$7,600, okay.
Yep. And our heading will be 263, which is the runway heading, of course.
They're going the other way around.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm rusty. 2 weeks out. Woohoo. 263, you said?
263, correct.
Okay.
Okay, so 263 is set, and that's pretty much the only big restrictions we have. Now, because it's a short flight, we only have a very few waypoints here.
So where are we flying to?
We're going to Roesch. So Romeo, Oscar, Echo, Sierra, Hotel. Perfect. Oh, we haven't put in the departure yet, so you gotta. Let's check legs really quick. Okay, Roesch is there. Perfect. So now let's go departure arrivals again. And in arrivals, we're gonna be taking 34 left at Seattle. So arrivals, yeah. 34 left. And we're gonna be taking the Marner 7, bottom one. And the transition is gonna be Roesch. Perfect. Now let's go legs, and we just need to get rid of the gap, and we can execute.
Execute. And then we should have
Perfect.
a nice turn.
Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to climb the runway heading. We're going to get to about 7,000 feet at the runway heading, and then we'll make our turn.
Okay, cool.
Very simple briefing here. Nothing crazy. Everything else is good. We can go ahead and go back to our init ref and do our fuel. So I said 8 is going to be our reserve here.
Okay,
Cruise
zero fuel
altitude,
weight. We're gonna use what the
auto.
computer.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna
And
use
then
that.
15,000 is going to be
Okay,
our
cruise
cruise.
altitude.
We'll fly at 100 index as usual.
Okay,
And our temperature, according to the ATIS, was 22, so we'll go 28 just to keep it standard. We'll go -5 on the takeoff, and then we can get our takeoff speeds here. Flaps 5 takeoff. We'll do a regular CG. Oh,
oh,
we did. So let's go flaps
it's okay.
5 first, and then click CG again. There we go. Okay, so 8.5 trim, that's good. Let's take our V speeds, let's click those, and what do we have? 148. So we'll set that into our speed knob here,
Put a high
148.
the
And
trim.
yeah, it's because I think the CG should be recalculated though. Try again. Let's go again. 18.9. So let's go 20.6. Let's override the CG and see if it comes down. That is quite high. There we go. That is a bit better. We'll go with 6.5. That's usually what we take off on. And let's get our V speeds here. 148 is good. Okay, so pretty much everything is set here in our FMC. Like
So
I
our
said,
V1 is
simple.
131, our VR 138, V2 148.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna reset the auto throttle arm. Flight director is on. Good. We still have the door signs open. If you want to change the outside view,
Let's reset these guys and let's go take a look. Yep, doors
Yeah,
are still closing.
they're still closing. We already did a walk around.
And we can take a look here and just put the doors there just to check. It's on manual mode, but it's
Yeah.
there we go. They're closing up now.
Okay,
Perfect.
so
Okay, so we can go ahead and do our
pre-flight checklist.
Yeah. All right, inspection is completed.
Complete.
Oxygen is good. Flight
Check.
management computers is loaded.
Loaded.
We already briefed the departure. It's very simple. Altimeters, we're going to maintain 29 or 2 on both sides. Parking brake, we're setting. Fuel control switches are in cutoff. Transponder is going to maintain on standby for now. Logbooks are already completed and ETOPS are done. And APU is already running. And pre-flight checklist is complete.
And now we can
And-
see that we have enough oxygen. We have 1980 psi, which is perfect, almost 2000. Excellent. We have all the doors closed but one, so I'll just override it here to make sure we have all the doors now armed, green and a go. So I'll put it here as well.
we haven't done. Let's quickly open our tracker here. Oh, you'll need to do that.
You can stretch.
All right, perfect. Let's see if our GPS link comes alive here. It is perfect. Let's go to airports, and we're at Vancouver. So we're gonna put in CYVR, put that in here, take the charts, and let's go straight to the chart here. Okay, so we're taking off on 26 left, which is pretty simple for us to get to. It's actually behind us and to the right.
Okay.
And well, let me just take a look at our taxi routes here. Coded routes, go back, taxi charts, and perfect. So it looks like we're going to take Delta all the way down to Delta 9. And that's what we're going to talk to, usually that's what ATC is going to give us. And now we can go ahead and actually do our before start. Okay,
Right.
external power is already disconnected.
Disconnected, and we have the APU running.
Cabin windows are closed and locked.
Closed and locked.
Seatbelt sign coming on. Hydraulic pumps, we can go ahead and switch them all into auto and on position.
Okay.
Perfect. Fuel quantity on board is going to be 24.2, which is more than enough. We
Yes.
only require 11.8. Fuel pumps can come on.
On the left one, tank, right tank, and the center tank.
Check.
All the 6 pumps are on.
All right, beacon and nav light is on.
On, check,
MCP is set for departure.
check.
CDU is set, and the only thing we haven't done is our trim, which is 6.5. So
It is
let's
done.
go-
I done it.
You did it, okay.
Yes.
All right, so trim is done. Doors are closed and auto, and that is going to be it. So we can go ahead and push back and then call for taxi.
All right. So you want to call for taxi?
Yeah, so we'll push back first. Let's go
You had
here. Oh,
already had on it.
what?
I had already on the page.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go for it. Hey, we're already in the deck here, ready for push.
Hey is good.
Parking brake is set.
Hey.
Oi, pessoal, ready for pushback.
That's good.
Steering pin inserted. Go ahead and release the brakes.
Brakes released.
Pushing back.
Why are they gonna call a taxi? So we're not gonna actually call a taxi, guys. We call going from the gate to the.
It's actually a pushback, actually.
Well, we're pushing back now, but what Claudio said, call for taxi, is basically we're gonna call the air traffic controllers for clearance to move around the airport. We're not actually getting a taxi anywhere.
No. Call for a cab, please.
We
Oh,
are. We
there's
are
one
the
over there.
taxi. Well, that's a baggage truck, I think. Yeah, baggage truck. All right, let's start the
And they start
left
up, thank
engine
you.
here. Left engine. And let's go pull the engine page up here. We're going to watch for oil pressure, guys. So usually we watch the oil pressure until it rises to about 6 to 8. We're waiting on that. And then the fuel control switch goes on, which is the lever that Claudio had his hand on.
Right here. And here we go.
There it
Once
goes.
they put the fuel flow
Fuel flow
valve
is in.
on, takes about 10 seconds so the fuel flow starts to go inside.
There it is. Fuel flow's positive. Engines are spooling up good.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. It's clear.
Okay, towing system is moved. Please wait for my hand signal on your left-hand side. See you later, guys.
Ta-ta.
Take care. Have a good one.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta. That's a good one.
All right.
All right.
So let's
Left
start.
engine came to normal.
Check.
So
Number 2 start. All right, guys. Same procedure here. We're just watching the gauges here. You guys can see the screen right in front of Claudio there. I also have one here in the center. And we're just watching the oil pressure rise to about 6 to 8. Then he's going to flip this oil fuel control switch in. And then we watch the fuel flow indicator. There's 8. Switch comes on. And now we're going to watch
10
right above.
seconds.
And in 10 seconds, that should go into a positive number. There it is.
Here we go. Fuel flows out. You go inside the chamber. Perfect. All we got to do in the 777 is watch the EDT to make sure the exhaust gas temperature does not exceed the red mark. Left engine has stabilized already.
Check.
Okay. Waiting for the switch to come back to normal, which it did. Left engine and right engine has stabilized.
All right.
Let's go for the after start checklist.
Checklist. Engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice auto. Recalls clear other than TCAS, which is fine. Now we can actually switch on our transponder, which is on TARA and auto. Flight controls, go ahead and check
Do a
those,
little
Captain.
test. Let's see.
Traffic.
TCAS test passed.
And the switch goes to on. Now checking the flight controls on the elevators all the way down. Watch a barriguinha all the way up.
Baiguinha.
Barriguinha means the belly. Full right, ailerons are working. That's in Portuguese. Barriguinha. It's actually barriga, but everything in Portuguese we diminished. Okay?
Okay.
Claudio, Claudinho.
Claudinho.
Ryan, Ryaninho. Now you got it? All right, so right rudder, left rudder. Okay, controls are checked.
All right. Taxi light's going to come on, and I'm just going to call ATC, let them know. Vancouver ground, this is UFLY 227, ready to taxi, runway 26 left. So you guys cannot hear the ATC today, but they're in our ears, and I'm just reading back what they're saying. All right, so we're clear to taxi to 26 left here via Delta. Hold short of 26 left on Delta 9. So that's just ahead of us. Make a left here onto
Okay,
Delta. all
clear
the
on
way
the
down.
left.
Clear right.
All right, I have control.
You have control. Flaps coming down to 5. Auto brakes, RTO. Taxi lights are on. All right, guys. We are going to be going to the runway here. This is what we call taxiing. We're leaving off the gate.
That's an update we did in Vancouver Airport. Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the glasses, we can see
There's, you can
details.
see
Look
right
at that.
through them. Yeah.
Very cool. Now, Ryan,
Yes.
do you know on the 777 200, which we have, how far the nose wheel is behind us?
It is at least 8 feet, at least, or more.
Oh, the 300 is 12.
Yeah.
I think the 200 is also
regular-
the same.
Is
Just the main landing gear, it's 109 on the 200 and 119 on the 300. That's what I heard. Gotta remember
Yeah.
those
So
numbers.
about 7 or 8 feet behind where we're sitting, which is why when you see us taxiing, he's actually going ahead of the line or past the line before he turns the plane.
Like a big truck trailer doing the turn.
On behalf of the captain and his
There's
crew,
our flight
may I
attendants
welcome you
giving
aboard
a
this
safety
flight.
briefing.
I would like to bring to your attention
Canada.
the captain has now turned on the seatbelt sign. And if you haven't already done so, please store your luggage in the
So go all the way left.
and take your seat so that we may have an on-time departure. Passengers seated by a designated exit may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please refer to the safety briefing card located in the seat back pocket in front of you. If you consider yourself unable to
Lots of
perform this
WestJet,
task,
lots of
please
Air
notify a member
Canada.
of the cabin staff. I must also ask you to refrain from using any electronic devices, as these could interfere with the aircraft's onboard electronic systems. I will inform you when it's safe to bring these items out for use. If
Are
have
you doing
any
departure
questions about
procedure?
what
Yes, we're going to be departing here in about 2-3 minutes here, guys. We're just taxiing to the runway.
Thank you for your attention.
You are.
And we are taking off from Vancouver and we're flying to Seattle.
And we are number 1 for the takeoff.
We are number 1. Not too busy here.
Cabin crew, take your seats for takeoff, please.
Thank you guys for joining. Really, really appreciate that. If you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to give it a like and a share. It helps us out a ton. And for those of you on YouTube and Twitch, hopefully you guys are enjoying as well. I can't read all the chats at the same time because I'm up here at the front. We have a cargo jet plane here as well.
Yeah, nice.
That's nice to see.
67300.
Yeah.
That's part of the update, right?
You could actually see the cargo crates here as well. That's cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very realistic.
Look at all those crates.
So how are we doing under the Brazilian? I gotta go to the phone.
No, I'll let me pull it up here.
Let's see what they're saying.
It is hard to balance everything, guys, which is why I'm usually in the back looking at everything at the same time. Now, I'm up here. Let's see, Brazil, go here.
So we're going all the way to the end, correct?
You can go, let me just check in the back. For some reason, I can't open it here. Okay, refreshed. Let's see if it comes back in a couple minutes. All right, back to the other chat for now. Let's see if you guys have any questions. That's correct, Richie. You got it. How do I join to try? You can come and visit our facility, guys. We're in Mississauga, Ontario, right beside Pearson International Airport. I don't want to say the address on the stream, but if you guys are interested, you can search up UFLY Simulator or give us a call, 416-777-2261. You can even send us an email, uflysimulator@gmail.com or ufly@uflysimulator.ca.
Are we clear to line up or to hold short?
Yeah, let's call for that as well. This is UFLY 227 holding short 26 left on Delta.
26 left.
Roger that. All right, we're clear to line up on 26 left and clear for departure as well for
Clear on the
UFLY
left.
227 heavy. Clear on right. Strobe light coming on. Taxi light off.
Runway lights on, please, and landing lights
Runway
on.
lights coming on.
And
landing
before
lights
takeoff, checklist,
coming on.
please.
Before takeoff, flaps check. Flight controls are checked. Trim is set. Crew has been alerted, and transponders are on TARA. Before takeoff complete, you're clear for takeoff. Once again, we're going to climb to 7,000. We're going to maintain runway heading, which is 263. Once you reach 7,000, I'll put LNAV, and you can go ahead and start a big wide right turn there. All right, guys, so you're going to hear a bunch of call-outs here, and what you actually hear right now is the TCAS, which is traffic, but traffic is off the
Okay.
scale.
I have control.
You have control.
Okay, engines are stable. Toga.
Thrust ref.
Speed of life.
Airspeed alive check.
80 knots.
80 knots.
Check.
Thrust hold. Coming up, V1. And rotate.
V2.
Positive rate.
Positive rate.
Gear up, please.
Gear coming up. Flaps 1 speed check.
Flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1.
LNAV select. VNAV select, please.
LNAV, VNAV engaged.
Flaps up.
Flaps coming up. And we'll catch LNAV by going direct here. Let's go direct to rowish. And it'll actually be a left turn now to make it easier on you.
Okay.
LNAV engaged. All right. After takeoff checklist, gear is up, check. Flaps up, check. Anti-ice is auto. Lights, runway lights coming off. We'll keep landing lights until 18,000. And APU's coming off. After takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we're going to our waypoint here, which is Roesh.
1 to go.
Check. All right, we're clear for 15,000 for UFLY 227 Heavy. So that's the air traffic controller clearing us. We're going to go straight to our cruise, which is 15. $15,000 check.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really cool. We're going to be going through the clouds here in just a second.
Look at that. That was also an add-on that we have in our system. So realistic. Very cool.
The flight is inside Canada.
And autopilot engaged, please.
Autopilot engaged.
Do it again. Do it again.
Nope. Try the middle.
No, a little bit to the left.
Huh.
Okay. We had it on.
Okay, hold on. Try something really quick.
Try now.
Huh.
Oh, there you go. Hi, honey, it's me. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me, Coochie Coochie? You know, Aaron likes to work with the engine sound so loud. Put a little lower. So loud. If I work like this with this engine like this tomorrow, I'll lose my voice. Because we got to overcome the sound.
Why is the guy on the right doing all the knobs? Okay, so guys, this is important. It's a good question. So, Claudio said it in the beginning, but basically there's a pilot flying and a pilot monitoring. Oh. Huh. Gotta calibrate that again. So there's a pilot flying and a pilot monitoring. What that means is one guy is focused on flying. So he's the pilot flying today. He's not focused on touching any of the knobs. He's basically looking at the flight director, looking outside, and flying the aircraft first and foremost. The guy on the right, I'm the first officer today, or the pilot monitoring. Now again, they can swap the roles depending on who's flying the plane, but for today I'm pilot monitoring. So what I'm doing is I'm adjusting all the knobs, doing the checklist, and making sure his hands are free and he's flying the plane. And that's why you would have two pilots to split the load, because you don't want to have one guy doing both.
Now, once we have the autopilot on, now I'm not flying the plane anymore. Now I'm the one who touched the controls.
Huh. Okay, something is...
A little bit to the left.
too sensitive, though. We got to change the
Yeah.
calibrate.
Yeah.
Do a barrel roll. Can't do that, guys.
Can't do that.
Can't
Not
do
yet.
that.
Later in another simulator we might.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if anybody on Brazil is shocking here. Let's go here.
So we are flying now direct to Roas, which is 14.9. Let me turn the light on. Sucesso, valeu. Boa noite. Paz do Senhor, amém. Graças a Deus. Ivani, que? Vários corações do Ivani. Obrigado, Ivani. Italiano tá aqui na área. Ex-Flipsy. Op.
What happened?
Jerúzia Souza, boa noite. Pai do Senhor também. Itália, sucesso. Temos aqui italiano, boa noite. É italiano, não é Itália, não. Isso aí, obrigado pessoal por estar assistindo a gente aí da UFLY Simulator Brasil em português. Vocês têm acesso aí a algumas informações. Tendo alguma pergunta, alguma dúvida, manda pra gente que a gente responde, tá bom? Obrigado aí por estar assistindo a gente. So, Ryan, where are you flying over now? I see a bunch of islands.
So we are flying over the Nervez Bay and Fiddler's Cove, which is Saturna Island. And we're going to be going over Waldron Island, which is right in front of us, beneath us.
So that island is already over the U.S.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
we just crossed the border just
Just
now.
crossed the border. All right. Have you got a passport for your visa? Oh, you're actually an American, right?
Yeah, I have both.
Yeah. All right.
So
Good for you.
we're going to be flying over Friday Harbor,
I have three.
San Juan Island.
I
coming
have
up.
three.
You have three?
I'm European, my friend. Portuguese.
Yeah.
So say it again. I'm sorry, I interrupted
Yeah, no.
you.
So we're going over Friday Harbor here as we're coming up over Griffin Bay, which is all the way through United States, which is the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Juan de Fuca or Fuca, I don't know. Fuca, I guess, maybe?
No, it should be in English or
It's F-U-C-A. So
Fuca.
Fuca, yeah. Okay, that's good. So
And if you just add an S, Fusca, that's how we call the Beetle in Portuguese.
the Beetle.
Fusca.
Okay.
The old Beetle, Fusca.
I'm in seat 16 Alpha and 18 Bravo. We're going from Vancouver to Seattle.
Right on.
So they're in the back of the plane. Hopefully you guys are having a good service in the back of the plane.
We're just about to reach our next waypoint called Roish, and we're making a slightly right turn. I'm just going to adjust the headings to the new waypoint, just in case we have a failure, so we know where to go.
So we have a good view because we're at 15,000. A lot of these islands have really good terrain. We're flying over the water, these islands here. And according to our
There's
flight
an
plan,
airport just down below us, isn't it?
maybe. I can't tell.
No, we can see here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Small airports, yeah. Couple of small ones. For
It's
bushwhackers, but
called-
there's Friday Harbor Airport.
Yeah, Friday Harbor.
And you need to fly there because I actually put an airport there for you. That's Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, right? Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So according to our flight plan here, we'll stay above 12,000 all the way until vegan. After vegan, we gotta drop down to 10,000 or above for unit, and then 8,000, and that's gonna be taking us to our lowest altitude, which is 5,400, which at that point we'll vector ourselves to the intercept, which is at 4,000 feet at
Okay.
Josta. So what we'll do is, since we're on VNAV, our bottom altitude here is 5,400. So if we put this into the computer, this should automatically take us down when we get to top of descent. Now, some people think that as you're flying, the pilots are relaxing, which if it's a long flight, you're always monitoring, but you're not always relaxing. So what we do is now we're going to brief the approach. So let's take a look at Seattle charts, and I'm going to review the approach with the captain here to make sure that he knows exactly what to do and all the procedures. So the airport code is Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. We're going to go to that chart,
Okay.
and we're going to go to the star, and let's take a look here. So our star, so was the Marner.
Marner
That's the
7.
Marner 7.
7.
All right, so let's match up everything here and make sure that it's all good to go. So we just passed Roesch, and we are going to Marner.
Uh-huh.
So at Marner, we need to be 270 and 12,000 or above, which is checked. Then at Pinella, 270, again, 12,000 or above, which is again matching. Vegan, it's below 15,000, above 11,000, and 250 knots, check. Then at unit, we're at 230 and above 10,000. Then Wubet, 8,000 or above. Ships, 7,000 and 210 knots. And then we have the approach. So everything is matching so far. Now I'll go back, and we're going to take the approach, which is going to be the ILS, what was it, 34. Let's match it here. 34 left. So let's take a look at 34 left ILS. That's already done.
Yeah, just double check.
Yep. So let's see here. So in case of a missed approach, we'll climb to 900 feet. We'll make a left turn to 300 towards the SEA VOR. Now the SEA VOR, something that we do when we're flying, we're going to go to our FMC communication and our nav radio. And the frequency of this VOR that we're going to be flying to in case of a go-around is going to be 116.8. So I'm going to go ahead and put 116.8, and I'm going to flick on VOR right side on my side. And the ILS DME is what I'm going to put on Claudio's side, and that's going to be 110.75. And that you can flick on VOR left, other side. And now we have both in case. So one guy has the go around, one guy has the ILS, and we're ready to go. And those you can see come up here, that big green arrow, it's there. Okay, so after we climb outbound towards the VOR, we can climb to 3,000 or above, and then climb to 5,000 or above, and then we get back into the pattern, and that matches because the interception point is 4,000 or above.
Okay, cool.
So we'll climb to 5,000, come back down to about 4,500, and we'll go for the approach
So,
again.
now we are 12 nautical miles. We got just 3,000 miles to descend, 3,000 feet. Should we intervene or just let the...
No, we can just let it go because it's a good step down, natural step down. It is not really a steep descent.
Okay.
Usually if it's a steep descent, it'll tell us. So we can just follow it down exactly how it says. Let's see some other
Just
information.
showing our top of the sand being vegan.
Yeah, because it's 15,000 or below at vegan. So that's when we'll actually start going down. Makes sense?
Okay.
Let's see here. So our ILS decision height is going to be 579 feet with an RVR of 24. So we'll set that as our minimums. 579. Now
579, 580.
580. Yep. And what that means for us guys is we call it the DAH, which is the decision height or minimums. At that point, we have to decide. In our case, it's 580 feet today. And well, it's actually going to be Claudio's decision because he's the one flying. He's going to say continue or go around. And if it's a stable approach, which in today's case, it's pretty good weather. We don't have any big issues. In case something comes up, maybe wind shear, maybe another airplane that's too close.
Exactly.
Could be a bunch of stuff, a bunch of factors, but he has to decide whether or not he's going to land, and then we have to decide that by 580 feet. If he's unsure, and we're at 580 feet, we have to go around.
Have to go around.
'Kay.
Decision height.
So that's it. The
Is the
PAPI light.
famous to be or not to be?
Yes.
To land or not to land?
Yes. Our PAPI lights are a good system. We have the Mulser system, which is very normal. And that's pretty much it. So we have our go-around briefing done. We have the approach briefing done. Everything is matching according to our charts in our flight management computer. And we're going to be coming up top of descent here in about 5 minutes or so, 5-6 minutes. Now we can actually see, if I go to program, exactly when we're expected to reach Seattle, and it says 104 Zulu. So currently it's 46 Zulu, so about 20 minutes. 20 minutes is when we're going to be touching down in Seattle. And the cool thing is you can see exactly when we're going to be reaching each waypoint. So Vegan, we're going to be at 50 Zulu, so 4
Which
minutes.
Is 2 minutes.
4 minutes.
48.
Or yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, 50 is yeah.
Pamela, yeah.
Penella is 1 minute,
Penella.
2 minutes away. And we'll be starting our descent as we are getting close to Vegan. So how's the audio for you guys? You guys hear us all okay? Everyone hearing us okay? Let us know. Audio should be good. We did a test.
Any questions?
Let's see. Let's check on YouTube, see if we have any questions there. Trying to balance all of them here. YouTube is just our regular viewers. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. We have some regular viewers coming in on YouTube and Twitch. Where are you guys flying? We're flying to Seattle. We took off from Vancouver. Who is landing? Claudio is going to be landing the plane today. I'm the pilot monitoring, so I'm going to be doing the checklist and the ATC. Where is Gabriel? Yeah, Gabriel's not here today, so I'm actually taking over his.
Gabriel is sailing, I guess.
Yes, he's sailing.
He's sailing, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
What
Enjoy, Gabriel.
speed are you going? Speed, we're going
270.
270 knots, and our ground speed is about 341. We actually have a pretty strong crosswind coming from the southeast of our position, and it's at 23 knots. Is this real? It's a real simulator, yes.
It's very realistic. Indeed. Thank you.
How do you become a pilot? It's a long process, guys. We answer this question almost every week, but the best way I would say is you can either go to a college or university for an aviation program, or you can go to your local flying school and you can ask them for information regarding your recreational or your private pilot license. Those are your first steps you're going to need to do in order to become a pilot. Other than taking off and landing, would you say you guys can read newspapers? Yeah, we can. We can read newspapers, but we don't have data most of the time in the air. So what we do is we brief the approach like we did. We're staying ahead of the plane. So the reason we do that is while we're descending, we don't want to do it while we're descending because then we're dealing with things. We might have to talk to the controllers. So we do it beforehand. That way, when we're descending, we're more calm, more collected, and we can deal with things that are in front of us. So it's always good to stay ahead of the plane.
Just about to reach the top of the sand.
Watching from Harrisburg, PA. Is that Pennsylvania or is that Philadelphia? I'm guessing that's Pennsylvania, right? PA? Maybe not. Could be wrong.
Here we go. The throttles are coming back down. We are slowing down to 250 as programming. Now we reach top of the sand. The plane is going to start our descent.
If this is real, can you say my name? Hello, Soliana. This is real. We are
Hey,
real.
Soliana.
We are real.
Hello, hello. We are real.
We're not
okay, hold
robots.
on a second. He's real.
We're real pilots, guys. We're not robots.
Sorry.
It's okay. How do you calculate your top of descent? This is actually done by the computer based off. So when you guys saw us matching our charts along with the computer, when we are looking at the computer and matching them, it automatically calculates the optimal position where we have to descend to maintain the restrictions for the height and the speed.
Or unless otherwise changed by the ATC, then the pilots will have to follow the ATC commands. Okay?
Gabriel is the best from Prietos. I'll let him know you said that. I'll let him know. Monte Carlo, I missed your question. Can you ask it again? I want to be a pilot so bad. How long does it take? It varies, guys. It varies how quick you study.
Seattle is right there.
Yep.
Let me get
see
the
the
laser.
city.
And show our viewers if they can see it.
Yeah, 1 second.
Seattle.
Let me go here. Switch the view with this magic button. Oh. Connecting. There we go. All right, outside view. Go ahead.
There it is. Seattle right there. What was the program that was filmed in Seattle? Fraser.
Don't know. I've never watched it.
Oh, boy. Very cool.
Oh, wow.
Serious.
Okay, you guys got a lot of questions here. Let me see. Hello, Soliana again. Mr. Sharif, good morning. How many emergency trainings do you guys do? We have a whole book and a bunch of references for training procedures for emergencies. But that is only done when we're training with real pilots or if they request it. We can't show those on stream, however, because it's against regulation. So we can't show those on stream. Can you call out my name for a shout out? Sure. Let me see. Which country are you guys going? We're going to the USA in Seattle.
Look at the clouds. Fantastic. Look at that. Wow.
Munib says, can you show an engine fire memory item? We cannot show that procedure, unfortunately, on the stream, Munib. But yes, we can perform them here if we need to do some training. Welcome, Lisa. Watching from Victoria, but I grew up in Jamaica. Welcome, Blue. Jasmine, welcome. Watching from Jamaica. Hello, Adon.
Adon?
Have you ever seen a
Adam?
UFO? Adon.
Okay.
No, I've never seen a UFO. Actually, UFOs, depending on what you think of a UFO, so it could change, right? A UFO could be
That's the airport right
an
there.
unknown thing. Yeah, we're flying parallel to the airport right now.
So it's the downwind.
Yep.
We're now descending to 5,400 feet, and it shows there. Right now, we are 9,300 to 5,400. Wubet is our next waypoint, which is 0.90 nautical miles.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our approach checklist now as we're getting close.
Yes.
And landing lights are going to come on. We're going to chime the seatbelt sign, and we're going to let the cabin know that we are doing our approach here.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
All
time
right,
we are
let's go ahead and do our descent and approach. So
safely
seatbelt sign is on. Altimeters are 299 cross-checked.
Set.
Reference speed, I just put them in. Our reference speed for today is 138 plus 5.
Flaps 30. That's a check.
Check. Auto brakes is going to go on auto brake setting 2. Recalls are clear. Arrival briefing I've already done with you. Minimums is set to 580 feet. And we should definitely go ahead and reduce our speeds now. And let's come down to about 210 before we get onto our base light here.
Okay.
And we should probably give some speed brakes since we're speeding here above 250. All right, descent checklist complete. Approach, radios and course are set. Altimeters are confirmed. Crew has been alerted, and maps and charts and FMC is checked. Approach checklist complete.
All right. Thank you. Flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1. How much does it cost to become a pilot? It differs on how much flying you want to do and what type of flying you want to do. But I would say the average cost of doing a private pilot's license would be around 18 to 20,000. And again, you don't have to pay that out of pocket. You can get loans, you can get grants and stuff like this depending on where you live. So definitely look into that. And of course, you'll pay it back once you get a job. And once you get higher up as a pilot, if you're going to an airline and such, they will cover some of the training to get you a type rating for an aircraft and stuff like that. I'm an Embraer pilot joining you on the jump seat. Thank you, Munib.
Thank
Embraer
you.
to a 777 is a big upgrade. All the instruments between the pilot flying and pilot monitoring the same. Yes, it's the same on both sides. The only thing is this panel here is obviously there's only one and the MCP is shared, but we do have quadrants here on the AFIS, which is mirrored on both sides. But pretty much we have double of most items so that we can make sure that we're matching on both sides.
One flap settings only. People ask that us a lot. And one speed brake settings only. And one parking brake only.
And the reason for that is you don't want to override each other on this. You need to be on the same page. Same thing with the gear. You don't want to have two gear levers and one guy puts it up, the other guy puts it down. All right, so now we're on our vector here. So we can continue flying forward a little bit and we can go ahead and descend to 4,000 now. We can take over here. So we'll go flight level change. And we're going to fly a little bit further out and we'll make a left turn towards Josta once we keep descending a little bit. And we can go ahead.
Flaps 5, please.
Flaps 5. And once we make our left turn, we'll arm our approach. Are the controls in the simulator the same and as heavy as in the real plane? Yes, they are. Now these are not full feedback loaded because again in the real plane there's hydraulics and things to help with moving. But in the case of a hydraulic failure in the real aircraft, this becomes very, very tough to move because it's weight loaded. And that's when you see pilots sweating and really, really over they need to be aggressive and it's very heavy. So they're overexerting a lot of energy when
Can you
they're doing
just
that.
check the recall button, please? No recalls. Caution light goes up. All right.
Is there Wi-Fi in the plane? Yeah, in most modern planes you do have Wi-Fi from the airlines. Amma says, I was load controller doing the trim sheet and load sheet and others. How does it help? It helps a ton because if we don't have the trim and the load sheet, we don't know what our weight and our ETOPS is going to look like. So it is very important for us to do that and get that because we need to adjust the trim accordingly and our load sheet, and it's going to affect our performance of the aircraft. Watching from Jamaica, appreciate that add-on. Sharif, we are going to Seattle. We're about to land in a couple minutes here. Chatu, welcome. Do you have mobile phone permission while driving? No, you're not supposed to use your phone while driving. Hands-free. That's a funny question for an airplane.
Yep. And by the way, we're not driving, we're flying.
We're flying, guys.
And we're on a simulator, and that's why we are able to do live stream. On a real flight, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Koala Jetsetter asks, do you prefer Airbus or Boeing? Well, we're biased because we have a 777. So I would say they're both very good. Boeing is going through a tough time right now in real life, of course. They're having some corporate quality control issues. But it's still a very solid plane. It's more of the newer Dreamliners that they're having issues with, more than other things. But other than that, it's a great aircraft. And Airbus is great too. They both have different philosophies and stuff like that, but they both have their pros and cons, right? They're a little bit different.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they're getting you from point A to point B, so safety and comfortability is the most important. And it just depends on what you prefer as a pilot. For us, we obviously fly the 777 more. But maybe in the future we'll fly an Airbus too. You never know.
Yeah, we never know. Hey, I played the lottery tonight, my friend. You never know. Opski.
Never know Ofsky.
Oh, boy.
I'm from Ethiopia. Welcome and hello to
welcome.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, far away.
Hello to Ahmed in Manchester. Ankoy, welcome. Wishful thinking, thank you. Appreciate that.
So we have a selected out approach. Okay.
What's the speed? Currently we're at 178 knots.
And flaps 5.
Flaps 5, yeah. Flaps 5
Yes.
is set. So we're waiting to capture the localizer and the glide slope for the approach. And then the aircraft will start descending, and then Claudio will take over whenever he's comfortable.
Yes.
Hamid, welcome from Vancouver. We actually took off from Vancouver and we're flying to Seattle. Lenny, welcome. Max, welcome. It's hard to keep up with you guys. There's a lot of you. Lance Go Crazy and Corey, welcome. On YouTube as well. Is there specific intervals where you need to monitor your speed in order to not land with too much speed? Yes, there is. Once we get below a certain speed, I would say the average is about 220 where our flaps up speed is. There's very specific intervals that we see on our flight director, which tells us when we can put flaps and keep reducing our speed. And the computer will also calculate at what speed we're expecting to land.
Let's put flaps 15 and speed check.
Okay.
Go for it.
Flaps 15.
Some reason we didn't get the ILS. Maybe do a refresh.
Let's take a look. How far are we here? Yeah, we didn't get it. You may have to take over manual. I see the runway lights up
Yep.
ahead. We're going to be landing
Flaps
on
20,
34 left.
20 flaps 20 and gear down, please.
Gear down. All right, so you may have to take over manual here. I'm going to refresh the flight director just to see. Okay, so we're not catching the glide slope for some
Flaps
reason.
25.
So you may want to take over. We're quite high. We got to descend here for the glide path.
I have control.
You have control. So we're landing on the left runway up ahead.
Flaps 30 and speed check, please.
Flaps 30 and speed check. Final speed set.
And landing checklist, please.
Landing checklist. Lights are on. Gear is down. Auto brakes 2. Flaps 30 and green. Speed brake coming into arm position. Speed brake is now armed. Cabin has been ready. Gonna chime the seatbelt sign once again. And cabin is prepared and ready to go. And landing checklist complete.
Thank you.
So it looks like the left and right is also offset. So we
I
may have
know.
to go a little bit to the right. We can just turn off our flight director.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely a bit to the right. Could be another database thing that we have to update with Mark. Yeah, because we've never done a flight to Seattle yet, right? So first time checking it out.
Some places are still. I have to make notes.
Yeah. Need to make a note about the positioning and the database for updating all the gates and ILS and stuff like that. All right, guys, we're on short final here for 34 left. A little high here, but it's still recoverable. I'm going to give you some speed brake here since we're descending.
Landing in Toronto today was chubby as well.
Yeah. Which plane did you come in on?
319. A319.
Approaching 3, 4.
Approaching
center.
minimums.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse
Thrust.
green. Coming up on 100,
Manual braking.
80
I'm gonna
knots.
try to take this one here out.
3,000 remaining.
Okay.
Approaching 1.
High speed exit.
Center.
Okay. Landing lights off, runway lights off, taxi lights on, and strobe lights off.
UFLY
please.
227 just vacated here on 34 left. All right, confirmed. We're clear across the runway
So-
up ahead here, and we'll make a left into the apron up ahead.
Left or right? Oh,
Straight ahead, and then
I thought we passed the apron.
yeah, we can go right or left.
Okay.
Any they said
So,
gate
clear on
is
the
our
left?
discretion. Clear right. Strobe light coming back on.
So, guys, we're having some issues with our navigation. We need to do some update. We're gonna call the IT guy to do that. So, we were high. The reason we were waiting for the ILS to catch up, it never did. So we ended up flying manually. I was trying not to go a rate of descent more than 1,000 feet. I ended up going above that, and then was still high.
So
But
that's why I gave him speed brake as well. So and that's why you have two pilots, guys, because he's flying the plane. You could see that we were descending a little steep, and we're over our VREF speed. So we gave speed brakes, and I had to manually help him with that as we
Strobe
came in.
lights off.
Strobe light coming off.
Okay, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain a few moments to taxi
All right,
to the gate,
APU
and we
start.
ask that you remain
APU
seated
start,
with your
please,
seatbelt
and after landing
fastened
checklist.
until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft comes to a complete stop at the gate.
After landing, APU is turning on. Anti-ice is going to come into off position. Exterior lights off. Radar is off. Auto brakes is already off. Flaps is up and clear. And transponder can go into standby.
And spoilers are down.
Spoilers down. All right. Landing checklist complete.
Overhead lockers, as some items may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us and wish you all a pleasant stay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Looks like the flaps are. There we go. Good on time today, 9:10. Look at that, that's cool. They have a general aviation fueling pump there too. Nice
So,
airport.
You can turn
Nice
the taxi
airport.
lights off. It's daytime. We can see her. So we're gonna take this gate here. Just slow down a bit. This is not the one. Or is it?
Yeah, you just got to go to the inner line here.
Yeah. I'll take the next one.
Lines up ahead here.
Yeah, okay. I see it. So yeah, we take this one on the right.
Yeah.
This is good. And we're taking this one here on the left. See ya.
Seattle.
Cool, huh? See ya.
Nice airport.
Nice airport. Is that part of the update you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
Look at the
APU
tower, too.
is running. No, it's not.
Not running. Let's check here. Stat. Oh, it's shutting. It was on. Shutting down now again and coming back on. Weird.
Here we are.
All right. We gotta wait
Set
for
the
the APU, but one thing we can
parking
do
brake.
to help us here, we can go here and
There you go. We have outside power, so we can shut down the left engine,
check.
the right engine. Both engines are
Parking
shut
brake
down.
set. Seatbelt sign coming off. Hydraulic system can come off. Fuel pumps coming
Fuel
off.
pumps off.
All right, just beacon light is coming off. Flight directors are already flushed, and logbook is completed. Captain, good flight.
Captain, pleasure flying with you, man.
All
Very
right.
good.
Guys, thank you so much for flying with us today. Hope you enjoyed our flight here from Vancouver to Seattle.
So last week we had an issue with our internet. 2 weeks ago we had a huge thunderstorm, summer thunderstorm, also a problem. We are very close to the airport in Toronto, so one of the reasons we don't have a very high speed internet here. So basically, sometimes we have problems with the internet. That's why the whole live stream goes down. So we are running as low quality as we can, so we can keep up. If we raise the quality, we're gonna lose speed, and then we're gonna fall on the internet live stream. But anyways, thank you very much for watching us. Keep watching us. We're back next Friday. Maybe we fly one of our new destinations in the west coast in U.S. California. Guys, Claudio Teixeira, Ryan here flying on the right seat today. Very weird for me to be on the left seat. I usually to be in that seat. Muito obrigado, pessoal do Brasil aí que assistiu a gente. Espero que tenha entendido um pouquinho. Para quem não fala inglês, vai aprendendo um pouquinho aí com a gente, tá bom? A gente vai tentando ajudar vocês aí. Espero que tenham gostado do nosso vídeo. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching us. Have a good night, nice weekend, and God bless you.
All right, and once again, guys, 416-777-2261 is our number, and our website's www.uflysimulator.ca. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Keep an eye out for some really nice videos on YouTube coming out next week, and we're going to be recording a lot of content here coming out in August for you guys. We're putting a lot of focus into that again, so keep an eye out for that. Have some funny videos coming from him as well, and some cool pictures and thumbnails that I edited as well. So keep an eye out for that on YouTube. Same thing again, UFLY Simulator on YouTube. And we'll catch you guys, okay? Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Good night. And we are out. Easy peasy. I thought of flying Yosemite next week. To see what we find. From Houston to it's all the privileges now. Even with Delta, I lost all the privileges. I mean, I'm not flying as much. This